Now, you've come for the job, Mr.
Luton. And yes, I am interested in the job.
Well, as the head chambermaid, the decisions about hiring staff falls on my shoulders. Do you have any experience?
No, but I'm a fast learner.
Well, the pay is $2 a day. There are no perks. If you want it, it's yours.
Can you tell me about Unseen University?
It's not the business of help to discuss their employers.
I'll take the job. When do I start?
You can start now by making the beds. The dorm is through that door. I advise you to leave before the students get back.
Why?
Boys will be boys, Mr. Luton, and apprentice wizards are the worst kind of boys imaginable.
I guess...
Very good.
The Octarine board appeared blank to my eyes, but I had a feeling there was something written on it I couldn't see. A few sticks of chalk, a type of chalk made from octarine carbonate, were resting on the top of the board. Carlotta had told me that only wizards could see octarine, which explained why the board looked blank to me. She also said that as a wolf I could smell octarine, which opened up a new avenue of inquiry. I guess it was my job to make the beds. Watch how fast I go. For a brief moment, I considered actually making the beds. Fortunately, good sense prevailed. The dorm was full of the jangling scents of the students, but the most surprising thing was the octarine board. As a wolf, I smelt the words on the board. The chalk marks showed up as sparkling traces against the odorless board. It seemed to be a list of subjects the young apprentices were studying. Occult perils of lace-making, basic myth and monsters, principles of thaumic imponderability, and temples of the Great Nev. Under the list of subjects were the words, "You must read a chapter on each before the next lecture." The students had their very own unlockers to keep their possessions in. This sturdy-looking unlocker seemed in better condition than the others. The only interesting thing I could find in the unlocker was some books. I guess the rumors about the students weren't true. They did do some studying. What have we got? Occult primer, monster fun grimoire, Fulamyth, the theory of thaumic imponderability, lost temples of the Great Nev. Lost. There was a book on the temples of Great Nev, but not of Alkali. A shame, really. That could be really useful. There was nothing.
I don't think I've got anything that can.
There was nothing. When I smelled. There was nothing. I was pretty sure I'd learned to. There was not. I guess they did. Given the smell of the unlocker, I was grateful it was locked. I searched the unlocker but found nothing I wanted to think too hard about. Unlike the other unlockers, this one seemed to be levitating a few inches above the ground. Probably one of the students' cantrips that hadn't worn off yet. As for the unlocker's contents, the less said about them, the better. I tried to write on the octarine board with the chalk, but I couldn't. The chalk marks were... not in front of the porter.
Well, there's someone here. Oh, yes, there is.
The burly porter had inflexible written all over him in large ironclad letters.
What are you doing here?
The name's Luton. I'm working for Mrs. Foames.
You're the new bed maker, eh? Well, you can't come any further than this, Luton. Wizards only in the library, ain't you?
Wizards only?
Well, wizards, apprentices, and orangutans.
Are you a porter?
No, I'm a bledlow. And there's a difference, all right?
What's a bledlow?
We look after the students,
Look after them.
just like the watch looks after the city.
You throw your weight around and beat them senseless when they do something wrong?
It's about the size of it, yeah. You don't mess with the lobsters.
Lobsters?
Just a nickname we've picked up over the years.
Why?
If you see us get our hands on a student, you'll understand.
You make it sound like you're hunting them down.
Of course, all students are guilty of everything.
Where are all the students?
They're off playing Unseen University Challenge against the students from the Assassin's Guild.
What does that involve?
I don't know. Given the way most sports are conducted round here, it probably involves a very careful inspection of half the pubs in Ankh-Morpork.
What makes you say that?
Heard of the City and Guilds?
No.
When the guilds started setting up their own colleges, there was a lot of rivalry between the various students.
Rivalry?
Well, the university students used to be ambushed by gangs from the guilds, really.
Used to be.
Well, given the faculty's relaxed attitude to sudden death, most of the staff preferred dead students on account of them being easier to teach. But I gather the guilds decided that enough was enough because all the bodies around the place made it very hard to open doors.
So what did they do?
They founded the City and Guilds Match. I think the idea was to carry a football right from the outskirts of the Shades to the Tower of Art, goals being scored by kicking the ball through the door of certain landmarks.
What sort of landmarks?
The sort with names like the Mended Drum and the Bunch of Grapes. The scoring team was bought drinks by the other teams, you see. And after a few years, the Arch-Chancellor ruled that only one goal could be scored in each pub since the match had, for 3 years running, gone on for a month. Yeah.
What's this got to do with Unseen University Challenge?
Well, the university tends to leave the City and Guilds Match to the guilds. They prefer a more cerebral challenge. Yeah.
Such as going straight to the pub, not passing go, and not bothering to come back.
That'd be my guess, yes.
So they're not coming back?
Well, they'll be back. They need to come to the library to get their course books.
Can you think of any...
It's not me place to discuss.
What do you know about a woman named Carlotta?
No one I've heard.
Do you know...
No one
What do you know...
No one
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the counterweight killings?
It's
Do you?
I guess he doesn't know anything about this. Oh. The wizard one I might be able to discuss with him.
I couldn't exact. Do you know a
no enough.
Do you know anything about some kind?
I'm just a bled lad. No.
I hear the reader of esoteric occultism was murdered.
Yep. Old Mathan was so full of poison, even the worms wouldn't touch him.
He was poisoned.
That's right. Right here in the Widdershins wing of the university.
You don't sound concerned.
I just keep an eye on the students. The wizards can do what they like to each other.
Do you know an... Have you heard about the Who do you think killed Matham?
Well, that shouldn't be hard to work out, eh? Just see who fills his shoes.
You think it was an internal matter?
I don't see why not. No one else has got a reason to be killing wizards, have they, eh?
I did this. Have you heard of the Temple of Anu Anu at Al-Khali?
No.
Does this mean anything to you?
I'm just a... No.
Do these bandages mean anything to you?
No.
Well, I'd better leave you to it. I tried to head down to the library, but the porter stopped me.
Wizards only in the library, thank you.
What occult monster full of the theory of Thormund lost? Mrs. Folmes?
Well, what do you want? I haven't got...
Have you heard of the temple?
I have better things.
Can you think...
Murders are hardly a suit...
What do you know?
Not any...
Yes, indeed.
Not any...
What?
Not any...
Do you know anything about the counterweight killings?
Murders are...
Do you know...
Murder...
What?
Murder...
Do you...
Not any...
Do you know any...
I have better things.
Have you...
Murder...
Is it dangerous working here? Only I heard that one of the wizards was murdered.
Don't let that bother you, Mr. Luton. The affairs of the staff are not our concern.
You don't think I'm in any danger?
Goodness, no. The odd death is just the natural course of campus politics, I'm afraid. It's a shocking turn of affairs, but we mustn't question it. Dead men's pointy boots, and all that.